everybody, it's Gail from thehappystamper.com. Thanks for visiting with me today. I've got a fun card to share with you, and I'm going to be using all these really great new goodies from our new catalog. I am featuring the Oh So Eclectic stamp set for this card, and it is so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm really kind of crazy about this, and the matching designer series paper, as you will see, is just as beautiful. So that's the stamp set that I'm going to be using today. It also comes in a bundle, so if you order the two items together as a bundle, you save 10%, and you get all these beautiful dies with it. So you can cut cardstock out, glitter paper, foil, oh my gosh, and this one, it's upside down on here, is a diamond, which matches one of the designer series prints that is in the matching paper pad pack that is a 12 by 12, and it is amazing. So the colors I'm using today are Night of Navy, Berry Burst, one of my favorites, and also Lemon Lime Twist. All right, so let me share with you what this card is going to look like here. I'm just going to set these things kind of off to the side. All right, this is our card. Isn't it pretty? Okay, so it looks like a pretty card, right? But look how fun it is when you open it. Da 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 da! It's a flapper! It's a flapper! Isn't that fun? I love it. And stick around at the end of the video. I'll show you another card made with the same fold. It's really fun. And then, of course, I've added some pretty little sequins to give it just a little bling. But I love the fun in opening the card that way. Something different than your just standard cards. So let me show you how we're going to put this together. And one of my other newfound loves is this is our Night of Navy, and it's the crinkle ribbon, and it's beautiful, just beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. It looks like crinkled linen. Favorite. All right, so those are the items that we will be using. Let me give you some measurements here and we'll get started. Okay, so our background piece, this is your standard, I'll show it to you this way. This is your standard A2 card. I'll do it on this side. It's a standard A2 card. So it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that is cut at 4 1/4. And then you're going to do a little bit of scoring. You're going to be this is your 4.5, and then this is your 11. You're going to score it at 5.5, and then also at 8 1/4. So again, you're going to score it at 5.5, and again at 8 1/4. And then you're going to fold it and score on your 5.5 inch line, and then you're going to fold it back on your 8 1/4 inch line. Okay, so you'll have something that looks like this, kind of like a wonky Z or an S or a Z if you turn it that way. Okay, all right, so that is our base, and I'm going to set that to the side here. We've got, let's see, this is a layered piece. You're going to need 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then on that piece, I have a piece of designer series paper here. This piece measures 3 3/4 by 1 1/2. That's going to get adhered to that. And then you're also going to need a 4 inch by 5 1/4. You're going to need one in your accent color and then one in our Whisper White. This is going to be the inside panel here. That's going to be this piece. So you're going to need 2 that are 4 by 5 1/4. One piece is going to be your accent color. One is going to be the inside panel. Okay? All right. So let's set that to the side. And gosh, here is this piece. All right, so to keep all my pieces organized here, I think what I'm going to do is start by adhering my designer series piece to my white cardstock. Sometimes you get all these different layers and you can't figure out what goes where. Goodness, it happens to the best of us. All right, so this is just going to be very easy peasy. I'm also going to use some of our Night of Navy, and this is our crinkle ribbon, and it's so pretty. I just love it, love it. And I love navy and green together, very preppy. So I think what I'm going to do is just adhere this right from the get-go. Get this kind of stuff out of the way. It really is beautiful ribbon. I love the ribbons that they've done this year. I think they've really done an outstanding job. They've got many more than they have in past years, and I think they're just so trendy. And it just makes all the difference in the world on a card. So I'm excited to use all of the beautiful new colors. I've gotten lots of them. And you can be certain that I will be using them in my new card kit coming up in July. All right, so that's going to be our focal image piece. Sorry if I'm bumping that. All right, let's set that over there. I'm going to start with our Berry Burst. Oh, and one other thing, I'm sorry I didn't mention it. I'm going to be using our Lemon Lime Twist. This is our Stampin' Right marker. Comes in a pack. You can get all of the new ink colors for 2017-2019 in one convenient pack, and they're wonderful to have on hand. So I am going to be using that, and I'm also going to be using a little scratch pad of paper here. So I'm taking the background image and I'm going to stamp off a little bit. I'm going to stamp off once, twice. And I'm going to do this, oh goodness, right about here. That looks good. I'm going to do the same thing again. 1, 2, and I'm going to do this one right about there. And make sure you clean your stamps off really well. And I have to tell you, I'm so much happier, you guys, now that I can see my images. I love it. Okay, so I am going to come back and using the same one, I guess I didn't have to clean it off. I'm going to stamp it off once, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to slightly shift down a little bit, just a little bit. And I'm going to slightly shift down a little bit just to kind of give it a little, kind of a halo effect, if you will. All right, and I'm going to leave that like that. I'll set that aside, and I don't believe I need that anymore. I'm going to come in with my Night of Navy. I'm hoping this isn't too over juiced because I just re-inked it. And I'm going to come in here like so. Oh good, it's perfect, like so. I love the watercolor effect, don't you? I think it's so pretty. I'm going to bring the Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm not going to be super careful here about coloring inside the lines. Again, this is a watercolored look. It's not supposed to be pluperfect. And what I'm also doing is I'm just doing flicks of grass here, and just so they're not, you know, floating out in midair, because that always looks kind of wonky. All right, I'm going to use, let's just get the sentiment set up here. I'm using my Night of Navy, and this says Missing You. And I'm going to stamp it once, then I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp off again. So you get a variant in your color depth. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So that's all that we're going to use for that. And then lastly, oh wait, I didn't do my inside. All right, hold on. Hold the phone. I'm going to come in with the little dots. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but this makes the cutest little dots. And I'm doing this in the lemon lime twist. And I'm just going to sprinkle these around the card because it's super cute. Just adorable. Adorable. All right, let me go back and quickly do my inside. I forgot to do that. We'll let this dry for a minute. All right, so let's set that there. My inside piece. Forgot all about that. And I made sure to make notation of that. So my inside panel, we're going to do the same thing. Berry twist. Where's my Stampin' off? I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to stamp off twice. Do a little background stamp. 1, 2, little shift down, and then I'll come back in with my Night of Navy for the stem and the outline of the pretty flower. Now this is an old Night of Navy, so the new pads are a little more, you get a little bit better of an impression. Ta-da! All right, so there we have it. Now I didn't forget my inside. And lastly, just again, nice and messy, little sprigs, doobie-doobie-doo, so it's not just floating. Can't have any floating. All right, so let's assemble this now, you guys. I'm going to take my inside panel and I am going to put it kind of far into, you know, the corner over here, like so. And then I'm going to take my cover piece. Oh, I didn't attach those two. Let's do that because that's kind of important. Can't forget about that. We're going to adhere this to the front panel, like so. And now we're going to adhere it to the front panel. But here's what I'm going to do. See how I'm kind of lining this up first because I want to make sure it's covering the white inside panel. And then you're only going to put your adhesive on the one end. So don't go past. You'll be able to feel where your ribbon is. And then I'm just going to lay this on the front of my card, like so. And make sure that I am covering the inside white piece, like that. So when it's laying down, they won't be able to see it, but then they open it and it looks super cool. All right, and then lastly, I'm just going to grab a few of our sequins. Got to have a little bit of bling. And I'm going to adhere that with our Tombow liquid glue. And that is going to complete our card. And it's a fun fold card. I love the fresh, bright colors. I'm really happy with the colors that they have chosen for this year in the new catalog. And the ribbons could not be prettier. Just beautiful. So I have to say, you guys, I'm very happy with Stampin' Up! has done a nice job. So there you have it. Those are my fun fold cards for you today. And then just another one using another stamp set is this one. Isn't that fun? So that's another little version. So you could do this with any stamp set that you have. But I love this new Oh So Eclectic. Darling, darling, darling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. I will get back to you. And yeah, make sure you check out my blog and use the new hostess code that is there. It's valid until, I believe, July 3rd. So yeah, use that, get some free stuff. And as always, hugs from me to you. Bye, guys.